Hey guys, happy Friday. Thank God. It's been a long week, but we're happy to be here as always. And today I have a new partner do the show with me. How you doing, Hunter?
I'm good, Corey. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, man. Just wanted to give you a minute, maybe introduce yourself. Just talk about baseball, maybe DFI, anything you want to, real quick.
Yeah, I'm from Dallas. I go to the University of Texas right now. I'm a student, sport management student, sophomore. Uh, I'm new to DFI. I just joined this season for the MLB team. So far, it's been a blast, and I think we've been doing a great job. And I'd love for y'all to check us out.
Yeah, and Hunter's been killing it. He's actually working the slate today, and he'll be over in the war room right when we're done this show. But first, he's going
Yes,
to help
sir.
us crush this boom slate. And we have Manny Machado, Starlin Castro, DJ Mayhew, and Adrian Gonzalez in the $1 jackpot for the most hits category. What stands out to you here?
I think Machado really stands out. He's going against Eduardo Rodriguez of Boston. Machado's also been crushing against lefties this year. So far, he has a batting average of I don't know what his average is, but he has an 818 ISO with a 1598 OPS, and he has a 364 average against lefties and 12 plate appearances. So with three tanks, so I think Machado should be the pick today.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've said this on the show, but I'm a big Orioles fan. So if I hear Hunter going with the O's, I'm not going to go against him with that. Nothing sticks out too much here. I think we're a big fan of Tanner Roark today against Colorado. Adrian Gonzalez batting sixth. Not too much upside there. And, for hits, we want the most at bats possible. And Manny Machado's on the road. He'll definitely get four at bats. Um,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, love the pick. I think we can just move on to most RBIs. We have Didi Gregorius, Jonas Cespedes, Victor Martinez, and Jose Ramirez. Got some star names on here. What are you thinking?
This one's kind of rough. I'm a torn between Didi and Yoenis Cespedes. Didi's batting, I think, four-hole today in a powerful Yankees lineup against Mike Fiers of the Tigers. Mike Fiers is not known for being a very successful pitcher in the major leagues, but Cespedes is also a big power threat against Davies as well. Davies, but Davies is also a much better against righties than he is against lefties. So I think for this one, I got to go Didi.
Yeah, I like the Didi pick. He's in my other DFS lineups as of now. We'll see what changes. Still got 2 hours to lock. But for most RBIs, you want guys on base in front of you. But with Didi, I mean, fly ball pitcher, home run power. Got Brett Gardner possibly on base before him. Judge and Stanton, obviously. Really like the pick there. Nothing stands out too much for Jose Ramirez. He's going to get Stroman, Victor Martinez. Jordan Montgomery's a pretty good pitcher. So, yeah, I really like that. I think Jonas Cespedes could be a close second. He'll be batting behind our must-have and Michael Conforto today. So, he should be on base. Cespedes should have some RBI opportunities. So, wouldn't fault anybody for taking him there. For most total bases, we have Mookie Betts, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, and Ryan Braun. Another one with a lot of stars. Do you have a favorite?
I actually like Ryan Braun the most in this one, going against
Okay.
Steven Matz. The Brewers are very sneaky today. I think Steven Matz is very struggles a lot against right-handed bats, and with Braun batting in the top of the lineup tonight, I think Braun is going to get the most total bases, even with the star names of Judge, Betts, and Harper.
I love the call. I was looking at some BVP stuff earlier, and oddly enough, Betts can't hit Tillman. Probably the only player in the league that can't do that. Um, it kind of shocked me, but I mean, I guess BVP doesn't lie. Maybe that changes tonight. But Braun's got a lot of power going against a rough pitcher, a pitcher who's never pitched to that catcher before. So that's another reason it could be interesting. Harper's always a consideration with the walks for sure because he's going to get on base
Definitely.
regardless.
Yeah, definitely.
But Braun, most people are probably gonna skip over him. He's listed under D, which is least likely to occur, but it really wouldn't surprise me too much. Um, and then for strikeouts, we have Eduardo Rodriguez, and Hunter's a little new to this category. So what we like to do is have you guess how many strikeouts he's gonna get based on your research, and I'll tell you what his prediction is. So what do you think? How many strikeouts for Rodriguez?
I'm. This is difficult, but I think I'm gonna go seven because he averages 5.7 per game, and the Orioles strike out a little bit more against lefties than your typical team, with the exception of Machado. Machado is not very strikeout heavy against left-handed pitching, but in let's see here, in last season against lefties, the Orioles had over every single person in the lineup, with the exception of Machado and Adam Jones, struck out over 20% of the time against left-handed pitchers. So while Rodriguez isn't necessarily a heavy strikeout pitcher, I think he's definitely got above average upside tonight. So 7, I think, is a good number.
Yeah, well, Hunter's new to the show, and I don't know how he just did it, but our prediction is 7.4. So I'd say well done. Yeah, I think 6 or 7 is like perfect for Rodriguez. I kind of like the O's through Danny Valencia in that 5 hole. Pretty good contact hitter. He mashes lefties, has played pretty well in Fenway. But I think, Rodriguez, he was an Oriole before he got traded to Boston. Might have a little chip on his shoulder. So I kind of like the call there. Then as always, we will jump into the $2 progressive slate next, where it begins with most hits between Asdrubal Cabrera, Rhys Hoskins, Giancarlo Stanton, and Francisco Lindor. Is anything standing out to you?
I like Lindor. The Indians typically crush two-seam pitching, and that is what Stroman heavily relies on, is the two-seamer against righties and lefties. And since Lindor is a switch hitter against lefties, he mashes two-seam pitching as well. So I'm picking Lindor on this one, even with Rhys Hoskins looming at answer choice B.
Love the call. A lot of these guys are home run or busts, but we got Lindor and a guy who gets on base a lot. Hunter said two-seam is a big thing. I watched Sturman pitch last week, and it really is mostly two-seams. Really don't think I have to go in depth on that one. I really like it. And then we'll jump to most RBIs between JD Martinez, Gary Sanchez, Corey Dickerson, and Adam Jones. Got a tough one, I'm guessing, between JD and Gary Sanchez. Where are you leaning?
Yeah, I think I'm going with Gary tonight against the struggling Mike Fiers. He's not very good against really any pitching in general, but it really does stand out. I wouldn't mind either one for JD, because JD also has pretty good PVs against Chris Tillman, and it's Chris Tillman. It's hard not to pick him. So. But yeah, I'm still leaning towards Gary and against Mike Fiers, especially with the lineup in front of him. I think they'll get on base more than Martinez does. Martinez's fellow lineup.
Yeah, I think I agree. Gary started out the year terribly. Got hurt, had a few days off, and then came back and absolutely mashed the ball. Now he gets a fly ball pitcher. I don't think it gets better for Gary here. I'm doing my best not to pick against my Orioles, but I obviously see the merit in JD Martinez. But yeah, I think Gary is your 1A and Martinez is your 1B. You really can't go wrong there. For most runs scored, we have Josh Harrison, Josh Donaldson, Abdul Herrera, and Carlos Gonzalez. Real quick, for those of you who are not looking at your app, Josh Donaldson has just been placed on the DL, so he will not count for this category, which really just brings us down to 3 guys. I don't know. This one seems pretty tough. Does anything stand out?
I don't know much about Harrison, but I know a lot about Cargo's matchup. Cargo's going against Roark, who's typically not very good against left-handed pitching, and with Cargo in one of the only ones in the lineup, I think he definitely has the potential to go deep. And I also think the guys behind him will be able to knock him in when he does get on base. So I'm going with Cargo on this one.
I think I'm just going to go with Hunter's research here. I know he's been on the slate all day. Harrison does have a matchup against Dylan Peters. Not that great of a guy. I was looking into him. Doesn't have too big of a sample, but he has been rocked a few times. I really like Faria. What'd you say?
I might be a little bit biased against Dylan Peters because he's fellow UT alum, so I think I got to back him on that one.
Okay.
Especially with him being at home.
I see the bias. All right. But yeah, for me, it's really between Cargo and Josh Harrison. Harrison's a really good guy getting on base, so I could see the runs being produced right there for sure. But definitely tough. And then, speaking of Cargo's matchup, our last strikeout guy is Roark. Let's see if you can guess his prediction almost exactly on again.
I think I'm going to go with 6. I think 6 is a great number for him. He averages around 5, but Rockies also are without Blackmon today. They're also with Nolan Arenado, surprisingly does not match up very well against Roark, as well as he does against some of the other pitchers that he'll face in the league. So I think 6 is the magic number for Roark tonight.
Yeah, again, great job first time. We have him for 7. I'm guessing that 7 is coming from that weak lineup tonight. Not usually with the Rockets. Mine's on NBA. Rockies throw out there. They got Blackmon hurt. They're not the best team on the road. Definitely see strikeout upside. Gio didn't go that far in the game last night, and he had 6 or 7, I think. So yeah, I like again. I think 6 and 7 is fine. Could go even as high as 8 if you really believe in Roark. Roark's really only bad to lefties. Rockies aren't throwing too many out there tonight, or at least power lefties. But that'll do it for today's show. I hope you guys enjoy having Hunter on. He'll be on again soon. But yeah, good luck to everyone playing. Did you have anything you want to say real quick about what you got cooking for the DFIU War Room?
You know, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to say on this one, honestly. So I mean, if you can just hop over there, we're about to start. It's open right now. I'm about to hop over there and start answering some questions. I'd love for y'all to be in there and join me.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely find your way in there. Tomorrow, we will not be live on this show, but what we will be doing is we'll have an episode in the water cooler waiting for you guys all day, breaking down every single NBA playoff matchup. Playoffs starting tomorrow. It's exciting, and we really want you guys to watch that and crush the slate with us. But good luck, guys, and be sure to watch out for that video tomorrow.